sleep. So, yes, we're doing this. That's what's happening. Cool. I want to make sure I can see everyone's live chat. That's all set. Done. Great. Um, yeah. So, I'm just on here to talk because I feel like whenever I'm editing, I'm not giving a fair, um, true version of myself on these videos. So I wanted to just kind of talk about life and talk about how I don't understand the normal sleeping hours because I'm so busy usually editing. Um, I feel like what I deliver isn't enough. I want to deliver more, and yet I don't ever seem like I have enough time to do so. So what I end up doing is I spent hours and hours every single day, and I keep trying to upgrade and improve and make my content better, make something more like fresh and original, but at the same time working with what I know works. I think YouTube is very interesting because it constantly is changing. You can't keep up with it. Had I reached a certain amount of subscribers, back before February or even January, I would have actually made money. I would have actually started to get to that point where I would have earned the respect. Except now I have over 1,000 subscribers finally, and I don't have anywhere near enough watch time. And I can't wait for when I finally get to that point where I reach that watch time that YouTube is asking of me. And then what's going to end up happening is they'll end up changing the rules again and making it even harder. That's typically what I've had to deal with. And then I don't know. I think the other issue, and this is just fact, is that the fact that like the audience is younger and they're looking for stupid stuff. They're looking for me to like eat something weird or do something outlandish or awkward or over the top or crazy. And while I got mad respect for those who put themselves through that, in a sense, I can't seem to bring myself to that point. I think I really just want to make something entertaining and fun. I want to make it a community thing. I want people to kind of form friendships, I want to open the door expressive, but I also don't necessarily want to just do something because that's what people want of me. That being said, I also want people to be happy. It's give and take. One of the biggest challenges for me is oftentimes, in order to make multiple edits all the time, you can always twerk. I love that. Hi, how are you doing? No, I don't know. I want to get better content out there, and by the time I finally get to the comments, because I have to film so much of my stuff so far in advance to deliver what people are asking for. For example, when I first, if you've ever watched any of my content, when I first started doing We Watch Sweden, I'm not even joking. I did it as a way to relax because I was so busy trying to make my channel better. I was trying to grow. I was trying to be something more, that I just wanted to do a show where I just got to relax. I had no idea that that would end up becoming my most popular show on my channel. So, spoiler for you if you hadn't caught on, everything you've seen up to this point, other than our season finale, is the way I've edited it because I wanted to cut out any of the stuff that bothered people. I couldn't like crazy. I never in a million years would have thought anyone would have ever watched that. I'm not even joking. I thought, nowhere, no way is anyone gonna watch me watch Buffy. I thought, there's no way. No one's gonna do this. I'm just doing this as a way of relaxation And then it's like I get to work on something with Lauren, and I thought that sounded great. So I had no idea that that was what was going to rank up my numbers and really kind of get me the views. Now season two, I want to deliver something more, and so far I'm just able to deliver what I'm able to deliver. That being said, I've also I've been working on updating the theme song, updating the look and feel. And right now it's just about making sure I'm delivering on time, giving people what they want when they want it. We were originally not, because again, this was lax. This was a lax program. We had a whole plan, and it was like we're not gonna premiere season two until like September earliest. But there was a demand, and now there's a demand for multiple episodes weekly. So I'm thinking, okay, I gotta figure out how I can do that. You'd think that doing this wouldn't be that hard, but with trying to find ways to make more money, or I should say any money. What am I saying? More. Uh, so to pay the bills, keep yourself afloat, and give people what they're asking for. It's so sad. I feel that's why I say all the time, I feel like I should be giving more. And yet this is my capabilities at this moment. This is what I'm able to deliver. And I don't actually I don't know what fun is anymore. And it's so sad because it's like what I deliver what, three shows now? Four sort of. There's a one that could have actually premiered much sooner than it did. But the other problem is scheduling. You got to make sure that if you have co-hosts, that they're available to shoot. So when you have that as something to throw into the mix, that ends up causing conflict. Then what you end up with is, especially when they're the basis of the show, what you end up with is finding yourself having to delay premiering things just because you don't want to disappoint your audience. Once you've delivered something, because I don't want to disappoint the audience. I don't want to have something late. I don't want to take breaks or any of that stuff. But I will say this, YouTube is exhausting. Too much pressure on yourself. This is supposed to be fun, especially for you. Well, you know what? Here's the thing. It is fun. The filming, the editing, the deliverables, and the scheduling is where it becomes complicated. That's the part that makes it challenging. But filming it is fun. Um, and getting to laugh and stuff. I enjoy watching my own shows. That makes me feel good. Most people don't even watch their shows. But I enjoy my own content as self, I don't know, as narcissistic as that seems. I want to watch it because I want to know if I'm entertained, then other people will be. Um, and that's kind of my logic. I want to make sure that I'm not just like making garbage. And I think for the most part I'm not, but when I disappoint myself, I know I'm going to disappoint the audience. Automatically disappointed. I just I know that you can't please everyone, but I will say this. I'm I feel like I'm getting closer. Um I wouldn't normally do this, but I'm like in bed and I thought, you know what? I'm tired of all these people on YouTube fake. They're so fake. So many fake people here. I'm not trying to bash people. I'm just saying everything's about playing the game and tweaking things and saying this, and I'm going to go, do something that makes me uncomfortable, and that'll get me more views, or I'm going to go and put someone through an ordeal, or I'm going to prank someone, or I'm going to do something ridiculous and silly. And what people watching YouTube often forget is that everyone on YouTube is a real person. They're all real people. They all have real lives. They all like family. And yeah. And so I am no different than anyone else out there who wants to create content. Um, and it's challenging. It's really hard. All you want to do is just see your numbers increase just a little. And when they start to stagnate, you're like, what did I do? Somehow you take full responsibility. Like maybe you messed up somewhere. Maybe you didn't do something right. And when I started YouTube, it was literally right as the ad apocalypse was starting, right as things were starting to change, right as it was becoming less about, oh, this is something you can turn into a job, and more of, oh, this is you can really commit yourself to, and basically becoming the Hollywood industry, where you had to find a way to make money, where you had to find a way to get sponsorship, where you had to find a way to succeed, because there was the algorithm and there was everything working against you. And so, yeah, I wanted to do YouTube, and I still want to do YouTube because YouTube is fun. It is fun. I'm sorry I'm so like shirtless in bed here. Bedtime this early morning. I am in bed. I can't sleep because YouTube is constantly on my mind. And it's an easy obsession. Once you start, it's hard to stop. I will say this, YouTube, not the healthiest hobby. Boy, I guess I'm a little loopy because lacking on sleep. It's hard to sleep though. You become obsessed. You're like, maybe I should get this one video edit done, or maybe I should do this, or you know, and you want to keep producing stuff. And then sometimes, like, I have a new show, Movie on the Menu. I don't think that anyone's really watching it, which is, fair. I'm even a little bit, it's all right. I mean, the idea behind it's great. I like the idea of cooking because I'm really good at cooking. Uh, I like, but in later episodes, I started to tone down the recipes, make them more simple. Um, Plus, I was really fat in those videos. That's right, I filmed those earlier too. To to do it live, unless you're lucky, Cordy is the best. I will say this: I love Cordy overall, but I can't talk about that when I'm in front of my co-host Lauren on We Watch Whedon because she's never seen any of the show, so I have to kind of go off of, her inexperience. Hey, Nature is Evil. It's an interesting name you got there. So yeah, I actually was really big on Periscope, which is a live streaming, and they were one of the big first live streaming things. It's where I actually started before I ever decided to do YouTube. And I will say this: Periscope is far more forgiving than YouTube. But the difference is YouTube's the king, so you kind of have to play their game. I gained so many more followers on my own in a fraction of the amount of time on Periscope that I'm currently nowhere near on YouTube. It's just a lot more effort. It's a lot more work. You got to really shine. You got to really look good. Cordy is the best. I hope I sleep well. Cordy is the best. I'm gonna start saying that just randomly. But anyway, so yeah, I don't know. I think I just needed to rant once. I needed to get this off my chest because I think people think that when they leave these comments that I'm able to change myself for following episodes. But the thing is that all of this is pre-recorded. So all I can do, because I don't want to give you a dishonest reaction because we had to film it, and then when we filmed it, that's our reaction. I have to just be honest and be like, all I can do is edit out as much of the stuff that people didn't appreciate, if there's any of that stuff. And I'm not just talking about food, it's like spoilers, or I mean, and everyone, you can't appease everyone. Everyone's got their own opinions. Everyone has their own views. It's just how it is. It's the way the cookie crumbles. But yeah, my whole idea was to have multiple episodes of shows every day. And now YouTube, I've learned from an insider from YouTube, is that you can't do that because if you don't break up your videos every 12 hours, you're in trouble. Oh, dude. Thank you. That is the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me before on a chat. You have no idea what that means. Thank you. That's awesome. Thank you, man. Um, yeah, I guess I wanted to do this whole, like, if you want to call it a vlog. I thought maybe this was something easy. I didn't have to edit, and I could just talk. Um, Cookies? You said we are all cookie dough? What? I even thought about doing a different channel because it seems weird. My most popular show is called We Watch Whedon, and my channel is Fan Theory. And I mostly went with Fan Theory because I got a cease and desist for the original name of my channel, which seems extreme considering I wasn't even starting on my channel yet, and somehow the guys at Fandango found out and they're like, huh? No, you can't use that. I'm like, okay. So originally I was going with Fanticipation as just a show name, and anyway, I'm rambling. But the point that I was getting across is I feel like when you watch an edited piece of someone like me on YouTube, you're not getting a real version of them. And I even thought about just recording this, but then I thought, no, if I go live, that's going to be about as real as it can be. Oh yeah, Fanticipation. Apparently Fandango owns that. So I just decided, fine, I guess I'll be Fan Theory, which is a thing. But thankfully, I'm the most popular that I'm aware of, popular Fan Theory channel in terms of the name Fan Theory. I wouldn't say necessarily a Fan Theory channel, but and yet I'm not doing anything Fan Theory except it kind of subtly in my Fan Theory show, which no one is watching, and which makes me really sad. I'll be honest, because that was my show. It was my it's the show I put all this effort into making this really cool studio space for on very little money, but I made it look pretty good. And you know what? I think what it comes down to is there's enjoyment that comes out of We Watch Whedon. I think people are they register that, they feel that, they know that I'm enjoying myself, and they know that Lauren's enjoying herself. And I think like any other kind of entertainment, you kind of want to experience it. Sorry, you kind of want to experience it with everyone. So I get it. I get it. I'm a little sad, but I'm also not that sad because my numbers are going up, and I'm enjoying myself. And We Watch Whedon was just a throwaway show that's turned into something bigger, and I hope it keeps growing. I hope it keeps improving. I'm trying to get Lauren to move out to California. She lives in Maine right now. She visits multiple times a year, so we want to do a live We Watch Whedon. And when I say live, I mean it'll come with it'll be filmed twice. So we'll do the live version, because a lot of people hate that. They're like, oh, we're not seeing this and it's interrupting the dialogue. We're going to do a live version. We're not going to talk to anyone while we react to the show. And then we'll open up things for conversation afterwards, because I do want to give people the same experience that they would get if they were watching our normal episodes. And then I'm going to do a re-edit of that, as well as a re-edit of a lot of other things that people have talked about. Hey, Cypher, is it Cypher? Yeah, so that's the plan. That's the idea. Lauren's going to be here at the end of July, and we're going to do a live episode. And we're going to just do it like we normally do. We Watch Whedon. We're just going to leave it open for discussion and everything after. And I feel like it's going to be a very good experience, because people are right. Like, why would you call it an improvement if you're going to film it while people are talking to you, and then you're going to be distracted? So we're going to just not at all. We're not going to look at your comments. In fact, I may temporarily turn comments off just for that moment, and then after the show there'll be room for dialogue. Two key. I am so glad to know, because I've seen you comment on all of my videos in the last I'm gonna unplug this, it's a little easier to hold if I'm Tukey, I appreciate all of your comments. You're one of my favorite people that watch our stuff. If you're not subscribed, guys, I know this seems petty and pathetic, but please subscribe. Please click that notification bell. I'm not telling, I'm just asking, and I'm saying please, so please do that. Yeah, you're one of my favorite commenters. I love all your comments. They're great. Yeah, I'm really starting to get a sense of that community I was hoping for. and it's coming through on my We Watch Whedon show. Um, anyway, this is rambling for a while. It's 21 minutes, and I have done nothing to show my life. Oh, you're blushing? There you go. Um, yeah, no, I didn't really want to show people of me in my bed, but I felt like I'm laying here, I can't sleep. It's on my mind. It's been bothering me. YouTube's hard. I have made this many dollars from it so far. It's totally a commitment. So if you want to do a YouTube channel, I'm telling you up front, don't plan on making it a job because it doesn't pay. Literally, it just costs you money. It's a hobby. It's a hobby. $0. That's how much I've made. Truly, I'm sure I've made like pennies in AdSense. I saw one report one time where someone made like $45 in 6 months. What do you mean by abandoned vlogs? Would I consider doing abandoned vlogs? I'm not sure what that means. Yes, I do want to do Patreon. And actually, I've been building up content on the side. Anytime I don't finish an episode of Fan Theory. Oh, like Haunted. I'm a little bit supernatural in the belief sense, in a superstitious kind of way, and I kind of feel like if I go into that realm, I'm messing with that realm, and that realm's gonna mess back. And I know that people do shows all the time like that. Heck, I live in a very haunted town. We have a lot of paranormal stuff that's supposed to happen here. I don't like to mess with that stuff. Tukey, what did you just say to me? I wanted to respond about something. Um, I don't know, but man, that makes me look like I'm balding. I'm just bald dude right here. It doesn't run in my family. I'm also, guys, this is ridiculous. Okay, so people have to notice when they watch from show to show how different my hair is. So like, this is my hair. And if you see me on some of my new episodes of We Watch Whedon, you'll notice I have very short hair. It's because they were filmed over a year ago. Even new episodes, even season 2 stuff you're seeing was filmed over a year ago. Messed with Ouija when I was 16 and I'm 21 now and still have nightmares. I don't blame you. It's scary stuff. I don't like to mess with it. I mean, some people say, well, that's stupid and it's myth and it's silly, but you know, it's not worth risking. So I don't mess with that stuff. I try not to go down that path. I used to be obsessed with it, I'll be honest. Oh, Tukey. Oh gosh, that's so funny. Cordy's the best. Anyway, so yeah, and I'm doing black and white honestly because I felt like I'm in bed, and I'll be honest with you, the color just made me look terrible. And I just said, okay, for this one video, even though I'm trying to show the real me, I also don't want to show the real me. I don't want to be like, hey, look at all that. It just felt weird. It felt awkward. And I want to ease into this, this is the real me, personal side of things. But I definitely, want to, I wanted this to come out. I wanted to be like, guys, if you watch my shows, this is what's going on behind the scenes. I wanted to also film some of that stuff. It's noir you. Yes, it is noir me. And that's also why I'm excited about doing this live show, because I'm very accustomed to live. I'm very accustomed to this whole, you're talking to this void. There's sometimes comments that you get back. And people often think, who's talking? Here, oh, that's another thing. When I reply to comments, a lot of people think that it's like we're a group. And I'll be honest, I do that because I can't help myself. I always say we, and I say like, Kyle, and I do those sorts of things because I also, I'm such a, I don't know if you call me a family kind of guy, but I like to make people feel that it's a community, it's a sense, and that it's all part of something. back in on Periscope days when I was big on Periscope, I actually kind of formed my own community with its name called the Bowtie Army because I used to wear bow ties all the time, and I didn't mean to be the leader. I wanted to kind of create something special, but I didn't want there to be any one leader. I wanted everyone to be kind of in charge. That's why I'm constantly trying to get people on my channel. I'm trying to constantly build new content with other people. But the problem is, and I mentioned this earlier on this video, is that you have to make schedules work. Because whenever you add people to the equation, it always makes it more complicated. Ha! This is the best part. You're going to think I'm insane, and I'm sure any editor watching will go, oh my God, this guy's a moron. Why is he doing that? I am recording on my phone. I'm not using a DSLR. I'm using my iPhone. It's an iPhone X or iPhone 10. I used to record on my iPhone 7, and I've upgraded to 10. In order to edit it in the program that I use, because I don't use Final Cut, I use Premiere Pro because I'm an Adobe guy, because I like to animate. All of the theme songs you see, any of the animation you see, no one pays for that. I do it myself. Every single thing you see is edited by me, except for Movie on the Menu. I found someone to take care of that, mostly because I just don't have time. Again, that's a sunk cost. I don't have money, but I'm spending it because I still want my channel to get better and grow, and felt like more content is still better than no content. So yeah, so I take my iPhone footage, which is very hard to extract from my phone. I use Filmic Pro to film some of my stuff, which I'm kind of tinkering with and having a hard time with. I used to use the built-in iPhone camera app. So the problem with using the built-in camera app is it's very difficult to transfer to a computer easily. Thank you, Tukey. I appreciate it. So I go the long way. And then there's this annoying thing that I learned from just doing all of this stuff, that whenever you're recording on an iPhone, it films in a variable frame rate. So on top of me trying to find a way to get it off of my phone, which sometimes I have to dub off my phone because it doesn't want to come off, then I have to compress it using a program called Handbrake. It's an open source program. And I compress it from variable frame rate to constant frame rate. And what that allows me to do is when I'm editing, in fact, guys, if you want to see it firsthand, I'll show it to you. When I'm editing in Premiere Pro, after about 5 minutes or so, the audio and the video go out of sync. And that happens with variable frame rate inside of Adobe. And it's not an Adobe problem. I think it's an Apple problem. They want you to use their format. They want you to use iMovie or Final Cut Pro. They want you to use their stuff. From what it starts off with on here to a completely different format so I can edit it. And that takes hours, sometimes days. That's part of my issue. I think if I got a DSLR, my life would be a lot easier. But like I said, this is how much money I'm making. So it's really hard. And then on top of that, they want double episodes every week on We Watch Whedon, and that's kind of difficult. I'll get in that. Okay, so I do all of that, right? And if I don't do that, then you end up with what looks like towards the end of my very episode theory. You'll see towards the end, the audio is so out of sync. And I think some of the earlier episodes on my channel were like that. And I didn't know how to fix it. I was just like, it's variable versus constant frame rate. So there you go. That's a thing I have to do. I have to always completely change my videos, change the editing bay, so to speak. So that's done. After that, what I was saying was, God, I'm so off on a tangent all the time. We Watch Whedon. Yeah. Lauren is only available so much because Lauren has a full-time job, and not just full-time. I mean, she works like 60 plus hours weekly. So to get her in to film even more than like a few episodes, like once a month even, is very challenging. So the mere fact that we got to as many episodes as we did in our first season was a miracle. And now people are like, we want more, and I want to give you more, but we have to work within the time constraints of our availability. And Lauren is kind of key to the show. I love that. Oh, well, thank you, Tukey. You are one of my favorites on here. I think I should go anyway. I need to keep going. I wanted to stop and do this maybe once every day or so and just be like, hey, this is me. This is the real me. There's no, so sorry up right now if you're watching this video. I'm so sorry about my eating on Whedon. My We Watch Whedon show where I'm just eating. I had no idea. I was just, I appreciate the emoji 500. Thanks, man. I think I'm gonna go. I'm gonna let you guys go. Thank you so much for popping in. I don't care if I only get 2 viewers on this whole video. It was well worth it. It's nice to get this off my chest, and it's nice to use YouTube Live for once. I don't think I said anything bad. I've been very G-rated. I've been trying to be. So, all right. Well, have shows on my channel. Feel free to look at them. They're a lot of love and heart is put into all of them. So, yes. All right. Love you guys. This is the real me. Have a good day. I'm gonna try to sleep because this is my bedtime.